Are you? Who are you? The keeper? You are not the keeper.
The guardian.
You are not the guardian.
Who am I?
This is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again. I've done these type of rants before, and, you know, on this channel, I feel like as this channel grows, I feel like I lean more into the direction. Really? You gotta be kidding me. You hear that? Do you guys hear that? Wow. That's embarrassing. Really? Yeah, shut up. Stop. So, you know, the computer just wanted to, I don't know, whatever it's trying to do. So, like I was saying, before I had that awkward sound come on, the more that this channel grows, the more that I lean into the direction of trying to be, I laugh, you know, I kind of jokingly say trying because I am struggling, trying to be a cryptozoology sort of cryptid channel, you know, like the Dark Waters channel, Cryptid Roundtable, Cryptid Brothers, you know, you got Bigfoot Tony, you got Thinker Thunker, Donovan Dread, you got a bunch of these people. These are all really great people too. You know, respect to all those people, because Jesus Christ, you know, they work hard, and they're successful, and, you know, they make good content. But, and then, you know, I think there's this guy, with similar name to mine. My name is Steven with a PH. I think his is Steve. And I think it's called, like, How to Hunt or something. And, you know, this guy, to me, seems like he's a hunter himself. Like many of these people are, a lot of these people are either hunters or have a lot of knowledge about nature and have been out there a lot, you know. But you got a lot of these people, right? So this I feel like this channel goes into that direction a lot. And I only want to go in that direction because I just like that, you know. I just think it's fascinating. If you know anything about cryptids, it is a fascinating thing. It is a very real thing. That's actually the most fascinating thing about it, is that some people's minds would actually be blown. I mean, like, when I say blown, what you think reality is going to be blown once you realize the world we actually live in and all the creatures that actually live in this world. You know, that people think are mythical and think are sci-fi, but they're actually real, and, you know, and they're here, and we live in that world, you know. That's the reason why I wanted to go in that direction. But this rant is not really going to be, I don't think, at all about cryptids. Sometimes I switch it up. A lot of times I just talk about self-help on this channel. And personally, I'm a Satanist. I'm left-hand path leaning.
Yeah, baby.
You know, so being satanic and being, you know, more of a philosophical, more of a cult type of person, it's not the norm. Because normally what you see is you don't see that. There are a lot of people who are Christian and other things, and that's fine, but that's just not me. So it's unusual, my perspective, but I feel like not that doesn't mean that my perspective on certain life things are much different at all. And when I'm talking about self-help, it's hard for me to say. I don't know why I want to say it wrong, but I don't know, it is what it is. But self-help is, in my opinion, is simply just you trying to be a better version of yourself for the long run. You know, it means looking at things that you know could be better about yourself, that would open up avenues that would make you happier, that would make you more of a marketable person, that would make you more successful in your life personally with things that you actually care about, you know? Like, if you're a person who actually wants to find someone, then you already should know that your personality is a part of it, your psychology is a part of it, but just as equally as that, your looks, your money, and your status, to a degree, is somewhat a huge part of it, especially your looks. So, you know, like, guys and girls, we already know that the looks maxing game has to be implemented. And I have to also tell you that you cannot listen to people who tell you anything otherwise, because they would simply be lying to you. That's very disingenuous, you know, like, they can have their opinion, but, you know, an opinion may be a lie pertaining to you. You know, like, let's just get real with this. Like, let's really just get real with this, guys. That's kind of what this rant is about. This rant is about, like, you know, if there are things that you know you need to change, and I'm not talking about, like, certain things, like, for instance, myself being a Satanist, being gothic, being freaky, you know, being that type of person, there's, you know, that's something that could never change, you know, it's like, you know, the most I'll do is maybe, like, in a certain setting, maybe I'll wear something normal to blend in, because the point of the matter is to blend in, you know what I mean? Or it's to not cause any concern, nor draw any attention to myself, that type of thing. Like, it's like, you know, it's like business. Like, when you're doing business, you know, if you know everybody wears business attire, you wear business attire. If you know that people don't go to the business meeting and talk about their their kinks, or they don't, you know, they don't discuss trade wild stories with each other, or you don't talk about cryptids and cryptos. We don't talk about that in a business setting unless it's those type of people, like-minded people. You know, you get it, right? Like, there's a business world, just like there is a time to blend in, there's a time to stand out, there's a time, you know, so that should be like common sense to you. And everything has balance, so it's never this thing of like, oh, you know, it's all or nothing. You know, you have to learn how to, like, sometimes don't say anything at all. You know what I mean? You have to learn when to open your mouth, you know. You have to learn all of these things, and you kind of should know all these things, really, but, I feel like some people struggle with things because mentally, everyone's different, and a lot of people just are wired mentally different, so they struggle with things. But this rant is trying to help you to understand that, you know, there's always a better way and there is always a way with things, right? And the culture of this channel is not like a lot of other channels. This is not a blue pill culture, so to speak. This is not a culture of a blue pill. You know, you guys have been on the internet long enough, so you know the language I'm using. You don't have to ask what this lingo is. You know what I'm talking about. So, like I said before, it's like, I'll give you an example. If you know that you are the girl that likes certain type of men, and you know that these guys like gym girls, why are you not in the gym? You know what I mean? If you know that, like, why are you not in the gym? You know, why are you not looking like the cover of this video's cover, the girl with the selfie that, you know, has a little waist, and then she has the Tarzan ass and legs? You know, you're supposed to be that girl if you really like certain type of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say that's the only type of girl I like, but I'm one of those guys where, man, if I see a girl like that, she already gets a huge higher ranking on the list of girls I would even approach to talk to, simply because that actually is a huge turn on to see a girl like that for mostly any man, and it's not something you see every day. Because for the most of the part, you only see girls like that at what? In the gym. Maybe it'd be some very genetically gifted girl. She's playing soccer or something. She's running. You know, she has that look. You get the kind of point. It's the same thing with like a guy. Like, if you guys out here who know that certain girls really like it, really get turned on by a certain type of guys that are, you know, athletic, muscular, you have to work out. Like, it's not no, there's just stop it. It's like, stop kidding yourself. And I'm not saying like you have to have an unrealistic standard of yourself or anything. But what I'm saying is, if you actually think that your fat ass is going to lay around and do the same regimen day in after day, and you're not seeing any difference, you're not looking in the mirror, seeing a change in your body, then what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Who are you kidding yourself, you know? It's like, now you may find a girl that, like, I'll put it like this. You may find a girl that doesn't give two shits about any of that, and she just is into you. She likes you. She likes the way you look. She likes other things. Or maybe she's not about looks at all. She's wired different. But what I'm saying is, if you keep running into this issue, like, let's say you notice this guy over here, Billy, is getting attention all the time. You notice that guy over there. You notice Ron down the street over there. He's always getting the attention. He's always hooking up. He's always getting the girl. And you notice he's not even, let's say, maybe he's not as attractive as you, but let's say his physicality is just more different, like athletic than yours or something. And you know, and you clearly know that, and you know it's like, damn, he just has that athletic physicality, and the women always seem to like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a better looking face than me. Fuck it, his hairline's not even. He doesn't even have the, you know, all this. You're picking out all these flaws in this guy, and you're wondering why. But you know, like in yourself, that's what it is, and you're like, well, shit. If I, you know, got my ass in the gym, did what I could, you know, need to do, I would get more results than this guy. You know what I mean? Maybe your money's right. Maybe you have a vehicle. Maybe you have all this other stuff too. So it's even more. But the problem is, you're soft bitch ass, and I have to talk to you guys because that's really what it is. You know, you're weak, you're soft. You're not going to put the work in. So then again, it goes to the problem of that you did not do the work that you should have to be the better version of yourself, and you suffered for it. And you can't blame anyone for that. You can't blame the girl. You can't blame Ron down the street. You can't blame your father or your mom. You can't like try to you can't try to take an avenue that's actually false. And that's kind of the culture of this channel, is just that. Is like trying to teach you that, like, it hurts yourself more in the long run if you try to take a path that is built upon lies instead of on truths. Because the truth may hurt, but the thing is, the lie is the thing that has the ugly results. The truth is the thing that has the beautiful results. But the problem is, to live in a lie is just easier. But you have to understand, beautiful things with beautiful results often are difficult. You know, it's just the way it is. Things that are sought for, things that are rare, things that are, you know, they take work. They're not just, because if it was, you know, the other way around, things wouldn't be as they are. Like, for instance, you know, some people like jewelry, girls like diamonds, right? You see this sparkly big diamond, this big rock that's like all sparkly girls like that. Now, do you understand the work that had to be put into that for it to be a diamond? Do you understand how it had to be cut? It had to be probably lasered. It had to be so precisely cut in a way and polished, and there's all this stuff that they had to do with it to get it to look like what it is. It's not like it was just some dirty fucking rock or some coal lump looking thing and they just picked it up and slapped it on something and said, here. That's not the way it works. But see, that's what you are when you take on the path and the mentality in the ways of that. It's like a lump of coal. Like, you're just like, oh, it's too hard for me to even fathom doing that. Well then, okay, you know, but that's the problem. So this rant is all about you actually putting the work in and not being weak, not being soft, and not just saying like, oh, you know, I don't want to change with anything. You know, that's what this is about. It's about your in your life. You know, and culturally, a part of it too has to do with like culturally. You know, it's like, do you find yourself finding great disdain in people who are acting and living a certain way and who behave a certain way? Or do you meld just straight into them and do you do the same foolishness? Do you behave the same way? Do you have the same opinions and thoughts as these people? And I also want to ask you, if that's the truth, do you find you have the same griefs, gripes, and like suffering as these people? Like, do you claim like this, you don't like this because, and you know, or are you do you understand why you may fail at something? Like, do you like, oh, I never get this, I never get that, you know, I just can't seem to do this or that, you know? Like, I have to ask the question, do you understand the why? Is it something you're not doing? Is it something you're trying to escape? Or do you honestly don't know why you are failing at this? Do you get what I'm saying? Because the culture of this channel, and I'm not saying like people have to be perfect angels and have to follow this and have to, in everything you have to do in your life has to be like, you know, a complete makeover, and you know, you're just, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the culture of this channel tries to help people to be better versions of themselves. That's what I'm really trying to hit home, you guys. That's all it really boils down to. You know, some rants, like, they may seem like they're like mean, downright bigoted. Sometimes they sound like they're downright homophobic. They sound like they're bashing certain people. No, see, I'm trying to really tell you the truth. Like, it may seem like that to the ignorant person, but you have to understand what's really being said. Like I said before many times on rants, this culture of this channel is about destroying toxic behaviors, lifestyles, and things that are just toxic. That's what you see. You're missing the point entirely. It's not about who you are or your preference and your group. And no, it's not about that. It's about being a better version of that person that you are, regardless of who you are. Do you get that? All I'm saying is there are certain things that are just toxic about a person, that are behaviors, patterns, thoughts, and things that are toxic. Like I'm trying to tell you. These things will keep you from becoming a better version of yourself in many respects. In all types of respects, you know? Because you're not giving yourself the pain of going through the process of change. You're trying to escape that process. And that's the problem. That's all I'm trying to say, you guys. That's all I'm trying to say. So, the thing I can't really do with this rant is, like, I can't pick out a bunch of things, like, examples. I'm just trying to tell you what to stay away from. And like I said before, one of the biggest things to stay away from is that whole blue pill mentality, blue pill knowledge, so-called woke knowledge, so-called, because all of that stuff that people try to preach to you like that, that's where the bullshit is. It's all bullshit. None of it is true. It doesn't help you. It's a lie. It's like I said, blue pill. It's literally like telling someone, oh, it'll be okay. You know, no. You need to tell them the truth. Like, no, it's not going to be okay. In fact, you're going to crash and burn. And in fact, you're setting yourself up for only thoughts that lead to, probably possible suicide. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, you want me to really get gritty and raw and tell you the real truth? That's the real truth. Is like, you're gonna be, you know, you're setting yourself up to feel like you may want to be a suicidal statistic. Just saying. That's what you're really setting yourself up for. Because, you know, you gotta think. Usually things... I'll put it like this, man. This is what I'm really trying to say. Partially trying to say this. Some things work like they're stagnant. You know, you get to a level... Things are stagnant. Like, you don't really change much. You just kind of... Or what's the word? Content, maybe. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, people are content with things. You're content. But also there is a... instance where things either go up or down. It's not like a hard concept. You know exactly what I mean. It's like someone's weight. You know what I mean? You ever seen a person where they claim, oh man, every time that it's a New Year's resolution, I try to lose weight and I get fatter, you know, I gotta buy new clothes because I'm getting big. Like, motherfucker, what do you think is gonna happen? You think that you're a mutant or something? You're gonna get fatter and fatter. Like, your body isn't designed to just shut off fat cells. It doesn't do that. What do you think you are? A goddamn some type of lizard or something? Like, it doesn't work like that. You know? Unless you are some type of freak out there with some freak genetics where, like, no normal person's like that. Like, no one's, it's not, your body's not going to say, okay, you keep feeding me the same way and keep having the same habits, stationary habits that are inactive. And then you think your body's gonna tell you, like, just totally go outside of, like, physics and science and suddenly shrink itself? What? That's what I mean. Like, you're fucking insane. You know what I mean? Get your fucking lazy bitch ass up and work out. Do your cardio. What the fuck? You know, like, literally, I have the opposite problem. Like me, cardio is not good for me. Building muscle is good for me. Cardio it doesn't help me. Cardio is makes it harder for me to build muscle. Your fucking soft baby ass doesn't do shit, and you need to do your cardio, bitch. It's that simple. Get the fuck up and do something. You know? Fuck. Start somewhere. That's the thing. It's just fucking start doing something. See, that's what I mean. That's the problem. You say, oh, next time I'm gonna, man, there ain't no fucking next time if you never change anything you're doing. See that concept? So you're gonna go down is what I'm saying. You're not gonna go up, nor are you going to be stagnant. You are going to sink deeper. It's like sinking into a depression. You will sink deeper because that's just like, it's science, it's physics. You're not, you get what I'm saying? Your weight's not going to just stop. No, it is going to increase. The only way it's going to stop is if you counterbalance that with an action. Because that's what your greatest fear is. Your greatest fear is action, because you're lazy and soft. That's what it is. It's like you're lazy and you're soft. So you don't have that that fight in you that's gonna, like, keep pushing you more and more to do better, like, to increase. You're like, okay, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, I'm seeing results. It's slow, but, you know, and then you're like, so it gives you inspiration. You're like, okay, now I'm gonna do it right, do more, I'm gonna add on, and, you know, you don't have that. So, like I said, you sink deeper into the depression, deeper into the hole. You know, you get what I'm saying? It's like you're cinching a noose around your neck tighter and tighter, and it's not gonna stop. That's the thing. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna loosen. It's gonna go tighter and tighter and tighter. And you know what that? You get what I'm saying? See what that leads? And then you know what it leads to. You're gonna be a fat ghost. You're gonna be in the spirit world with jelly rolls, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
Fuck yeah.
you understand what I'm saying, you guys? Now there's the opposite effect. Like I said, things go up. You know, which is the complete opposite. Like, you get stronger, you get tougher, you get tougher, you get stronger, you know, and you push, and you go up, and you go up, and you go up. And maybe you meet a goal. Maybe all your goal was to lose 30 pounds or something. I don't know. Maybe it's probably more like to lose 50 to 100 probably if you're that fat, or you get what I'm saying? If you're probably that fat. You're probably trying to lose like 50, 60 more up, you know. Maybe if you're really obese, you're probably trying to scratch 100 off of there. Like, you're like, if I could just get to 200 pounds, I'll be... Because that's a good weight. That's fine. You know, 200 pounds is... People think 200 pounds is, like, big. It's really not, you guys. That's the funny thing. A 200-pound person is actually kind of light. Like, I'll tell you this. I have a friend who's, like, He's, like, probably 220. He could be, if he lost weight. I don't know if he's still the same weight or gained by now. He could be like 230 around there. Guys, when I sparred with this guy, when I used to train and spar with this guy, I'm only barely like, if I'm even 160 now. I'm probably not. I'm probably like 150 something. But I'm skinny, but I'm muscular. Like, I'm skinny a lot, but it's muscle, most of it. So, guys, I'm not trying to brag, but basically, I'll put it like this. He's not heavy to me. A 200-pound person does not feel heavy in my hands to me. When I'm moving them around, they don't. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. They just don't. You know? Just saying. 200 pounds is not that bad. You know, you're 200 pounds, especially if you're the taller you get, the better it gets for you when you're 200 pounds. You know? So, I'm talking about you people out here who are, you know, very obese, you know, and I'm just saying, like, for you people that are like that, you guys know that it's you. You guys know you have high hopes because you have a lot to lose. That's what I'm saying. You got a lot that you want to lose, and this is not all about that. But this is just a common thing I hear with people. This is like a culturally common thing. I have to lose. Everyone's trying to lose this weight. Okay. Well, lose it then. You know what I mean? So, you guys get this, right? You guys understand what I'm saying. It's like this with so many damn things. It's like this with so much. And it's one thing if you know what you need to change, and your path that you're getting on, if you know what that is and you're doing that, but it just takes a long time, like, because it takes a long, all this shit takes a long time. That's another thing, you know, like a person like myself, I've already been on my path, like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? It's just, it takes a long time. None of this shit is, like, easy. It's not that fun. It's kind of tedious. It's challenging. It's very challenging, you know, and it doesn't just take toughness and mental physicality to do, no, it takes, like, thought, because it takes a lot of planning and strategy. You have to know, like, you have to understand what you need to do so then you can implement it and do it, and then you have to be consistent and stick to it too. So it's not easy. And then you have to also put into a thought, if you are wealthy and you have a bunch of resources, it makes that much easier. But you're a person like myself with limited resources and limited money, it makes it that much harder. So you have to be that much tougher. You can't, you get what I'm saying? You have to understand this, you guys. And what I'm going to tell you, which I've said again, but I'm repeating it, do not listen to these, I'm telling you, do not listen to these blue pill fucking people. Do not listen to these woke people. Do not listen to these soft type of people. Do not listen to any of these people, man. I'm telling you, not those types. Do not listen to those people. Because the thing is this. Some of them, I'm not saying all, because I've seen some harder people that kick blue pill knowledge, which is kind of dumb, because it's like, think like, why are you telling people that don't even, like, you know, it's like when you see a guy who's like a strong, masculine, athletic guy telling people blue pill knowledge. And I've seen that. I'm not mentioning his name, but it's like, I'm like, dude, they don't even have the backbone that you have. They do not have that in them. So you're making it even that much worse to tell them little baby lies that make them feel warm and fuzzy, telling them things that will help them to escape the truth. Why would you tell them that? You're killing them. You know, you are friggin' killing. That's almost like, how do I say this? That's the equivalent of like Mike Tyson telling someone that they're strong enough to hit hard. It's like that. It's like, or that's like a Usain Bolt telling someone that is the fattest, sloppiest, gelatinous, short, broad, bare legs. That's like him telling that person that, you know, trying to tell them, oh, how easy it is that he can run. Like, really? Can you, like, first off tell this person how, what's the word, how inadequate they actually are first, before you even, like, and then try to tell them how they could even barely try to accomplish something, because you know that the road ahead of them is so hard that it would crush them to know all that they have to change and commit to even try? You get that? That's what I see when I see that. That's how I look at that. Like, what? Why are you lying to these people? No, tell them the truth. Like, tell them this is going to be incredibly hard. Tell these people this is going to make you cry. Like, internally or externally, or both. Tell them this is going to make you, like, at some point you're going to question, is it worth it? Like, tell them these things. Don't tell people these fucking lies, please. You know, like, come on, man. That's just retarded. That shit's retarded, man. That's some retarded shit, man. That's just the most retarded shit I've ever seen in my life. And that's all I see when I see this. That's the reason why I talk crap about a lot of these groups, like these left-leaning, unrealistic, so-called woke, blue pill, because it's nonsense. It's nonsense. You know, it's just nonsense, because like I said, there is a toughness. First off, it doesn't even have to be like physical, but it always will inevitably transform into that, but over time, you know. But what I'm saying is, this is not easy. This is not a joke. Like, this is not something for everyone. But everyone can do something, you know. But I'm just telling you guys. I'm telling you, do not listen to those people. Just don't. And it's so insulting. It's really insulting watching it, because it's like, it's kind of like people like, you know, you have these models on TV, like, it's like them telling a just normal person, or like telling a person like myself, how easy it is to be a model, or so, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, first off, the person was born with a face that their ratios and structures is such a way, is so attractive in such a way that it's so abnormal in a good way, that's why they even got recognized. So they're like a tiny percentage of the population. It doesn't make any sense for them to tell you. That's a complete nonsense lie. That's like, for them to say anything like that, all they could really say is like they were incredibly gifted at birth, and they built upon that, and that's how they, you know, and that's all that really was. It's just about as it's like the same concept. It's like, you mean to tell me you're gonna tell these men? You're gonna tell men that if they, how do I say this? You're gonna tell men that bettering themselves, like looks maxing, you know, the fucking, that's the lingo. You're gonna tell these guys that it's unrealistic. Then you're also gonna tell them that it's not even worth trying. Then you're also gonna tell them that they need to, like, prescribe to a different way, when we already know, like, if a certain woman wants a certain thing or likes a certain thing, there ain't no fucking change in that. Just like with me, like as a man that likes certain women, you are not changing that. It just is what it is. And that's kind of almost how every person is. I'll put it, okay, I'll simplify this in a way, right? We're talking about that. Did you not know that most people, and almost everyone is like this, if you told most people that they could find someone that in their mind, maybe it's not even true, but in their mind, mentally feels like that person is out of their league, they would more likely be apt to, like, marrying that person because they're so grateful that they got something that most people don't have, and they were surprised that they could even get. That everything that falls beneath that, especially much further beneath that, it's almost insulting to them. Like, they think that they deserve to be that person that got better than it, which everyone thinks like that. They might not say it, but that's how. So you have to understand, as a man or a woman or whatever the fuck you are, because I know nowadays people want to be some shit in between. So whatever it is, I'm not even gonna. So I'm including whatever the hell this is. Everything is getting included in this. Whatever the fuck you are out there, you probably think the same thing. So how would you, my point is this, is like, how would you not even try to better yourself and then believe a lie? Like, believe it's not worth your time. Like, that's astronomically crazy. And you have to understand, as time goes by, you age, you know what I'm saying, your looks degrade, things change, life will pass you by in an instant. So it's laughable that you would come to any other conclusion. Now, yes, people can go to extremes and think stupid things because they just get out of control with things. You know, that's, like I said, you have to have balance. You can't just go crazy and think that, like, you know, you start believing extreme stupid things. But you know damn well that that shit can't be true. What are you guys talking about out here? Like, you know, you can't be telling people. Well, I mean, go whatever, you know? I mean, part of that is like, I guess, the balance of nature. Like, you tell people things to make them fail so that it makes them weak. So then there has to be a class or a group that is weak and, like, vulnerable because someone has to do the dirty work. Someone has to be the lamb. Someone has to be the slaughter. Someone has to be the sacrifice. Like, that's a concept. But no one wants to be that. But what you're doing is creating people like that. That's all that is. That's all you're doing. So I don't know, that doesn't seem like a nice thing to me. So as much as people criticize my channel, or criticize my beliefs or whatever, or the way I choose to live my life, or, you know, how I choose to look at people and interact with people, you can judge me all day, but I'm trying to help you at the end of the day, but you don't want to hear it, you know? So I'm doing a more genuine thing, a more malevolent thing, not a malevolent thing, but these other motherfuckers are doing something very malevolent and sinister to you. But that's all, see, that's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. I've been trying to tell you this, I've been trying to tell you that this whole time. That's why I keep trying to nail it home. I keep trying to tell you, like, look, it's the person that comes at you with all that, like, blue pill, sweet shit. They must have a very shitty, they must have a shady agenda, bro. It's like, read between the lines. Read between the lines. Okay? Nobody comes at you with that type of lie, with those type of lies, and type of, like, thought process, unless there's something very dirty and disgusting and sinister either under it, or they're very, very misinformed. Or it could even be, like I said before, the situation of you got the, you know, you got people that are of a different caliber, just you know, physically, it could be looks too and all this stuff, and like, because they're so up here as a person, they're gonna tell someone down here some lies, some blue pill lies, because they know that that person will eat it up, and they know that the only reason why they have the platform they have and they're up here is because they are the exact opposite of what they're trying. You get what I'm saying? It's just like it doesn't make any sense. That's like, okay, I'll put it like I said again, that's like me saying, oh yeah, this is a snap, man. This shit is so easy. Anybody could do this, man. That's like if I was a gorilla telling people that one-arm pull-ups was easy. Like I'm a fucking, or if I'm a chimp telling people one-arm pull-ups is easy. Like, oh yeah, man, check this out. You don't need to do all that work, man. Matter of fact, it's unrealistic. Matter of fact, you're hurting yourself to even believe that you could even try to get to that level because, you know, you being it's like, what? It's like, I could only say that because I'm a fucking gorilla. It's like, I don't know, because I'm a chimp. Like, that's the only reason I could say that. You know? Because I've been hanging on to my mom and doing pull-ups since I was almost out the fucking womb. What are you talking about? You know, it's like, it's that. It's the same thing. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? No, tell them the truth. Like, tell them, like, hey, look, man. The reason why you keep failing is because, yeah, girls just aren't into guys like you. They're just not. You just need to have an edge. An edge just means something like extra. You need to have something that they're just not used to seeing. You know, have something they're not used to experiencing so much. You need to stand out. Like, there's something you need to stand out a little. You know, there needs to be something about you that separates you because you're invisible. And the truth is, you just may have to work really, 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 really hard, which is probably the case, to get any little thing that's going to make you, like, rated higher, more noticeable, more attractive, more... It's that simple, bro. See, that's all I had to tell you. The truth, that's all I had to tell you. You know? But then they should also tell you, well, oh yeah, by the way, you know, I am an orangutan, so that's why I just do one-arm pull-ups like it's nothing. Not that you would ever get to that level, but you could almost get there. It won't be as easy as me, but you know, well, actually, no. You'll get, like, close to maybe being close to there. Maybe. But you will get better results than you have now. So would you rather get worse results, the same, or better? Because I'm sure what you want is better, right? And that's fucking all they had to tell you. You know, that's all they had to say. But no. I guess it's too hard to do that, to be honest and genuine. I don't know. Maybe it's just too hard nowadays. So instead, people like to feed people lies. So instead, they'll say, oh, well, actually, you know, that's not even realistic. And then, actually, you know, for you, because, you know, I am going to go there. Okay, so I am going here. So, the worst, I feel like the dissension is this. The dissension is this. It's when you see this whole thing, like you see the incel, I'm just going to say it, because someone titled something like this. They actually titled a video like this title. They said the incel to trans pipeline. I'm thinking, bro, it's like, that's when it's time to turn your head. It's time to say it ain't so. It's time for ostriches to stick their heads in the sand. It's time for just normal men, like average normal men like myself, to thank whatever fucking god you believe in that you are not that sorry motherfucker over there that is so low that he feels that he has to turn trans because as a man or a boy or whatever he is, not that he actually is trans, because if he was actually trans, then that's a good thing, because it's like he's actually trying to be who he really is meant to be. He's trying to live his life he actually wants to live, you know, he's trying to be free. And that's the opposite. That's going up for him. But if that's the case, or her, or whoever it is, you know. But to say that you are trying to be trans because you just feel like maybe it would be easier that way for you. Maybe life would coddle you more. Maybe you see what women get. You see how women are treated, how they're praised. That maybe if you were to become one, that you would like. I mean, like this is my biggest problem with that. My biggest problem is like, oh, okay. Like maybe you're onto something for you personally. Like maybe I don't know, maybe so. But I have to ask the question. Like, do you still like want to do the masculine things that you always wanted to do? Which you kind of could, I guess, still. Like, do you, like, what is your intercourse with women? Like, do you actually want to pound and nail and ram women? Because, like, that's any sexual experience I've had with women is just what any straight man, masculine straight man does that women love. You know, I'm slinging that fucking thing in there, man. So, that's all so I don't know, like, are you wanting to be trans and, like, what, because when you look at a woman and you desire, like, because you didn't say you were gay, you just said you thought it would be easier, or you thought maybe, like, I don't get it, like, what's your real end game? Like, let's just say hypothetically, you become trans, right? And then, like, you know, let's say you're like some Blair White or something, like, so you're trans. You know, maybe even you pass for some woman, maybe some guys even like you, maybe like, or some women like you, because some women like women, or some women like trans women, some women like a lot of things, but my point is this, if you were to get that to that level, that your looks, because that's really all that is, you know, your looks are a certain way, and now you're this woman. My question is, do you actually want that? Or did you just simply want to be a guy who was successful in dating women, and you just wanted to look better, you know? But as a man, you know, like, so, but you were calling yourself an incel. And then you became trans because you thought that you were just such a failed, impossible incel that now you're trying, like, this is what I mean about like, what is the problem here? Like, what is really, like, is that healthy by any means? You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the dissension with some of this, not all, but that's a rare instance, but that's a dissension. Like, that is not an ascent, that is a descension. Like, I picture it like, you may just wake up one day and look in the mirror, especially if you're in the, you know, some halfway transition or something to where, you know, you just want to be trans, supposedly. And then you're looking in the mirror, and now you're just this botched up freak, supposedly. And then someone's gonna say, you can't say that like that! You cannot say that like that! Well, motherfucker, I'm just talking, so I don't mean to say it like that, but you get what I'm saying. You may look in the fucking mirror, maybe, depending on who, you may look in the mirror and say, you know what the fuck did I do? What did I do to myself? Let's go even further. Let's take it even a step further. We're in dangerous territory now. Let's say you already hacked all your wee-wee parts off already, right? Everything's, you know, and you can't get that back, man. So, it is not going to be that you are some feminine-looking, maybe even very attractive trans woman at some point in your life, but you still got your wee-wee. It's like you think you're going to be slinging and slanging this thing and being a woman and getting the supposed girly benefits of you being this woman and this attractive woman and that, and all, like, and you think you're going to be still ramming and jamming and slinging, and you're still going to think you have some of that man strength, that you're going to be picking this girl up and doing all, man, now fuck, I don't know, but all I'm saying is this. It doesn't seem likely that it's going to pan out in a positive way for you. To me, it seems like you're going to realize that, like, hey, I probably just should have... Because the point is, maybe you weren't really a trans person in the fucking first place. You were just a person who felt like they failed at something. And you just didn't have the push, or maybe you didn't have the support, or I don't know, maybe it's whatever. You didn't have the factors to push you to try to be successful or to be better. Or so it's just like the incel suicide shooting type of shit. Like, it's like, you know, these guys, it's like they didn't try to overcome that. Instead, they descended. And I'm not talking about a different type of dissension, like a dark dissension that is spiritual that needs to happen. I'm not talking about that type of dissension because that's totally different. I'm talking about a mental and psychological and emotional dissent that is terrible. that it's not healthy for, that will kill a person. You know, that just will destroy a person, that will shatter a person's soul. And what I don't like is I don't like how people are just so easily willing to feed people lies, and those very lies have the tendency to push people into that direction. That's all I'm saying. That's not healthy. That's a scary thing for those people. And I'm not saying I'm some good Samaritan, like I give so much a fuck about these people. But my point is this. When I do these rants, and this is almost a fucking gone on way longer than I wanted, but I had to put all that other shit on it just so you could really understand. When I do these rants like this, do you know why I'm actually doing this? I'm going to tell you why. It's because I genuinely love the strong. That's the thing. I genuinely love people who will push. People who have that same spirit that I have in me, the spirit of a warrior that pushes, that is tough, that doesn't give a fuck, that will push and push and push until it realizes that, like, winning is not an option. Like, it's like, okay, if it's not, you know, if it's impossible, then it is, and then, you know, there's no need. But it's that spirit that's lost on humanity, you know. So I look at it like, if there's someone that I actually could reach that will actually fucking listen, well, then I'll put it out there, and hopefully you'll find it and you will actually do something, you know. It's for that. Because I look at it like, those who will not push, that do not have that in them, are not worthy. You're not worthy. You don't you don't deserve the win. You don't deserve the ascension. You don't deserve that because you're weak and because it's not meant for you. You get what I'm saying? If you choose the role of a victim, or you choose the role of being prey, well, then you chose that role. So I can only overlook you. Just, you know, it's like walking on, you know, something burning. You're not putting it out. You just walk right past it. That's my mentality. Because I'm just gonna walk right past it. I'm not gonna help you out. I'm not gonna, because there's nothing. There's no cue. There's no cue to me or in me that you should be helped. You would have to first prove that you're worthy because you struggled to help yourself. And only then will I even look at you. Other than that, I will not even look you in the eye. You're nothing to me. You're gonna die. You're not gonna survive. There's no hope. You're nothing. That's why I put out these fucking videos. Because it's for the strong. That's one reason why I'm satanic. Because it's for the strong. It's not for the weak. Cursed are the weak. You choose to be cursed, you choose to fuck yourself over, well, then you want to get fucked, you will be fucked. It's that simple. So, for those that are strong, for those that have, you know, the mind and the spirit to actually listen, that's what this is for. That's what the culture of this channel is about, you guys. That's not necessarily all of it, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. That is what this is about. This is about changing the world through example. This is about changing the world in the direction that I would want it to move in. Not the direction necessarily it's fucking moving in. In the direction I feel like it should be moving in. So, that's what this channel breeds. Or that's what it's supposed to breed, you know. Like I said, that's what this is. So, do you want to join this? Or do you want to join the other thing? Do you want to join something else? Do you want to join this? Or do you want to just do whatever? But one thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to feed you lies. I'm not going to fucking tell you lies. I'm not going to tell you shit that's going to make me look good. I'm not going to tell you shit that's going to make you feel good. I'm not going to tell you shit that's going to make necessarily even my spiritual beliefs look good. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, I'm gonna tell you a certain thing that needs to be implemented for you to get a certain thing that possibly you're desiring. And it's just really that easy. But it's not easy to actually put into action. Maybe. I don't know who you are out there. For some people it is, some people maybe not. But I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to try to tell you something cute and like cuddly. No, I'm not telling you all those lies. Like, that's horrible. That would be terrible for me to ever tell you some shit like that. That's fucking terrible. No, that is terrible, actually, to tell someone something like that. Tell people a fucking lie. So they could what? So they could become another fucking statistic. Oh Lord. You know. The worst thing is, I feel like people know when a person knows the truth, but they're reluctant to actually take action. You know, that's a thing I see all the time. It's like you already know what's going on. You know what time it is. But I don't know, you have this deathly fear of putting it all into action. You know, it's not always easy. It's terribly hard sometimes. I suffer with that sometimes myself with certain things. Like, I'll give you an example. So I'm not going to say the ins and outs, but I've been working a job. And I don't like the atmosphere. I don't like it. I don't like the culture a lot of times. Like, I feel like it's unprofessional. I'm like, you know, it's not all the time. There are instances where I feel like, man, that was unprofessional as hell. I was like, what the hell? Like, you know, people coming in the job, like, I mean, I don't want to have to spill the beans, but I'm just saying, you know, people coming into a job and doing shit sometimes where it's like, I'm like, you really came to what the, you can't do that. What the hell's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking like, holy shit, like this is crazy. But the thing is, I realize it's what I have to do. Like, this is what I have to do to accomplish things. You know, this is the mission. I have to do this to get to, you know, point B. So I just have to shut up and fucking bear it. There's no, like, you know, it's like, do I want to? No. Like, do I have these dreams and visions of like sunny days and actual days, like, you know, in like days, not nights, fucking, do you know, do I have like daydreams about that? You know, like girls, the sun, beaches, parties, fields, woods, valleys, and all that stuff, like, dude, but guess what? That shit is nowhere close in my reach right now. That is not happening. It's just not, it's not possible right now. I'm not gonna say not possible, but I'm saying, like, it's not a real probability that I could just reach out and just touch. You know, I'm not waking up in the morning and having, like, on a sunny day, a list of things I'm going to do, you know, or people I'm going to see, girls, parties, other type of training, all this stuff. It's not that yet, guys. That's not it. That's not my life yet. You know, that's what I'm working towards, is a great future. But for now, I'm living like a goddamn vampire. I'm not gonna see a nice sunny fucking day for quite a while, you guys. Like a real, you know, that's not gonna happen for a while. You know, so like, just saying, shit has to get done, and it's not fucking fun either. You know, and when I have to get up and I have to work out, regardless of what type of training that shit is not fun. Sometimes it kind of is, but usually it's really just not fun. And there's no pillow for me to fall on. There's no comfort there. Like I said, there's no girls. There's no friends that are actually, like, active in anything. There's no, it's not, no, it's no, so there's no, like, real helps in that way to make the process easier, because this is very hard work. But my point is, I have to do what I have to do, and there's no way around it. There's no escaping. There's no There's none of that. There's no dissension. There's only ascension. I can go up and go up. There's no stagnation and there's no dissension. So that's what this channel is about, you guys. Now I know it's Steve's Art and Fun, because yeah, it's about fun, it's about art, and I'm an artist, and it's about yeah, okay. But I'm also a real fucking person and a real individual. Real is the key word. So this isn't about bullshit. It never was about bullshit. It's basically like trying to have fun, but at the same time teaching a lesson and trying to make a better people in... I know it sounds unrealistic to say the world to impact, which I'm not really trying to impact the world. I'm just trying to reach people who are worthy because they were be able to be reached. Because if you can't be reached, then you're not worthy. You're not. What are you? You know what I mean? Like, what the... Not just what are you? No, what the fuck are you? I don't know what the fuck... Like, somebody else's problem. I'm looking the other way and just not even acknowledge. I'm walking away. And I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I'm walking away. I'm not acknowledging what the fuck's going on at that point. So, that's what this is, you guys. So, like I said, do you want to join this? Are you a part of this culture? Because you can be. Or not. You know, or not. The choice is yours. So, this is Steve's Art and Fun. This rant has gone on long enough. I'll probably put on some, like, gameplay with this or whatever, so you guys can you know, kind of be more entertained. Instead of just listening to me rant. And, I'd appreciate it if you know, left a good comment, hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe. And if you're not going to subscribe or leave a nice comment, at least hit the like button, though. You know, hit the like button so it, you know, gets liked. Or share this rant. You know, you got to share it. Just do something. You know, share it, like it. So, come on, like, give me something. But that's the rant. This is your host, Steve from the back. This is Steve's Art and Fun, and have a good one.